Hello, class. It's Mrs. Lacefield again, and today we are going to talk about two-step story problems for math. In third grade, you have to start doing story problems where you have two different steps. So not only do you do one math problem, but you do two of them, or later on you might have to do more. But we're just working on two-step story problems. And once you do the two different math problems together, that's when the story problem is finished. Okay? So this week we're just focusing on addition and subtraction. Next week we're going to throw multiplication and division into the mix, but this week those are the only two operations you need to worry about, addition and subtraction. So if you look on the screen here, I've got a story problem that's already all pulled up. We're going to go through two together so I can show you what to do, and then you have an assignment that you're going to do where you do some by yourself. Here's a little hint. You're going to want to watch this video all the way through. It's going to help you out with part of your assignment, okay? So make sure you watch this through. So first I'm going to read the story problem. And something that I like to do when I'm doing story problems to just help me understand a little bit better is I like to draw it out. So I've got my trusty whiteboard here. I've got a couple whiteboard markers. Unfortunately, I've only got a few colors, right? I've got black, two different kinds of green, if you can see that. Two different kinds of green, right? And an orange. So I'm going to use those. I might use the different colors to color code as well. So you can get a piece of paper, just use a pencil or a pen. You could use crayons, colored pencils, markers, anything like that when you're drawing out story problems. But a lot of times if you use a couple of different colors, it helps you see the differences, and that will help you out a lot. Okay, so this story problem we're going to talk about flowers. So this says Rachel picked 9 white flowers and 7 yellow flowers to put in a vase. She then gave 4 of the flowers to her friend. How many flowers are still in the vase? So which two number sentences would you use to solve the problem? And just a quick reminder, a number sentence is just a math problem that doesn't have an equal sign at the end, okay? Later on, they're going to be known as expressions, but right now we're just calling them number sentences. Okay? Then we have some options. So we've got A, B, C, or D. And when I draw this out and we look at it, we'll figure out which two number sentences work there. And then after it says solve the problem, then write the answer in a complete sentence. And I'll show you how to do that. Okay? You have to do both of those things for this problem. So not only is this a two-step story problem, we have two different answers for it too. All right? Or I guess I should say as well. I use the word too a lot in that sentence. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw. So we've got Rachel. If I want, I could draw. Yeah, I'll draw a little picture of Rachel. So right here, Rachel's going to have just kind of flowy hair. Ooh. She looks like she's from the 80s or the 90s with that big tall hair. She's going to wear a little dress like that. There is Rachel. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so she picked 9 white flowers and 7 yellow flowers to put in a vase. So now, since we have so many flowers, I'm going to draw kind of a bigger vase. So Rachel here is going to stand in the background. Okay, so I've got my vase. Trying to draw it so it looks like a vase. There we go. We've got a little vase right there, okay? And first we have the 9 white flowers. And I'm actually going to make these flowers orange because I feel like orange, since it's lighter than the green, it's closer to white. I know it doesn't really make sense, but I've got 9 white flowers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I just doing that. So here are my lovely flowers, right? 9 white flowers. And she's got 7 yellow flowers. And I'm going to use this lighter green because it's yellow green. That's as close to yellow as we're going to get here. So now I'm going to put 7, right? So let me see if I can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right here I've got my 7 yellow flowers. Okay? All right. Now right there, did we do a math problem? Yes, we did. So I'll ask myself, okay, what operation did I do? And since this week we're just working with addition, subtraction, that's what I'm going to ask. Did I add it together? So did I get more than the beginning? Or did I take some away and subtract and get less? Well, right here we added it together, right? And we added 9 and 7. So right here, Now I'm going to look at A, B, C, and D. I'm going to see which one makes the most sense. Okay, so I've got 9 plus 4. Was that the first thing I did? 9 plus 4? Well, I had 9 white, 7 yellow. So I didn't do 9 plus 4. I did 9 plus 7. Okay, so I know it's not going to be A. I could already cross that one out, say A is not it. Okay, then B, I've got 9 plus 7 plus 4. Huh. I don't think I did 9 plus 7 plus 4. I just did 9 plus 7. So this extra add 4 is not what I did. So I know that B is not correct. Okay? And then C, it says 9 plus 7. Oh, that's what I did. 9 white flowers plus 7 yellow. 9 plus 7. So that's my first number sentence. So it could be C. However, I don't know for positive that it's C, right? Let's look at D. D also says 9 plus 7. Okay. So it could be either C or D. Now I need to look at my next number sentence. So I'm going to write down the first number sentence here. So 9 plus 7. Okay, I've got it written down. 9 plus 7. All right. It says, then she gave 4 of the flowers to her friend. How many flowers are still in the vase? Okay, so this is where my lesson last week about looking for clues in the words are going to come in handy. Okay, I know there's something with the number 4, right? And the way that I know that 4 is the next number I'm working with is because you can see it right here. You can kind of see where my cursor's at, I believe. So right there, it says she gave 4 of the flowers to her friend. So if I am giving something to someone, like if I'm giving the flowers to someone, does that mean I still have them? No, I didn't just get 4 more flowers, right? I gave them away. And when you give something away, that means you're going to be subtracting. So I know my next operation would be subtracting, right? So let's first figure out how many flowers I've got altogether. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16, right? 9 plus 7 equals 16. So my next problem I'm doing would be 16 minus 4. And it's minus 4, once again, because it says that I gave 4 of the flowers to, or sorry, that Rachel, not I, Rachel gave 4 of the flowers to her friend. So I've got 16 minus 4. Okay? So you can see that these work together. So 9 plus 7 is 16. 16 minus 4 is, let's see, what's 16 minus 4? So 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Right? If I need to, I can use my fingers. So my answer is 12. Okay. So first step, let's look at this, okay? So I need to find out which two number sentences would I use to solve the problem. So I've got 9 plus 4 and 4 plus 7. Nope, because I'm looking for 9 plus 7, 16 minus 4. We actually already said that A and B are not correct. So I'll just go to C and D. So C, it says 9 plus 7 and 16 minus 4. You know what? That looks like it fits. Let's just double check by looking at D. D says 9 plus 7 and 7 plus 4. Now our second operation was subtraction, so I know it's not D. So my answer for number 1 is C. Let me see if I can highlight it. Okay, C is the correct answer. And here's the reason why I said you want to watch this through to the end. This question I just went over is actually going to be question number 1 on your assignment. You're going to want to pay attention because I'm actually giving you the answers to questions 1 and 2. So watch this video all the way through, okay? All right, so I figured out the first part of this problem. So the two number sentences that I use are those two on C, okay? But you can see right here at the bottom, it says solve the problem, then write the answer in a complete sentence. So right here, I've already solved the problem, right? So my answer is 12. But 12 is not a complete sentence, is it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this part. You won't have to erase anything because you'll just be writing. Okay, she took away 4. Let's see if I can erase 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are the 4 that got taken away, right? So you can see how many she has left. Just because we're drawing it, it's a little bit easier. So my answer is, let's see, how many flowers are still in the vase? I'm going to say there are, right? Started with a capital because I always start sentences with capital letter. There are 12, right? My answer was 12. There are 12 flowers still in the vase. Period. Remember, capital letter at the beginning, period at the end. Now, the reason why we're this way, where it says there are 12 flowers still in the vase, because that's what it asked. It said, how many flowers are still in the vase? So now I'm going to highlight this part, right? There's our question. How many flowers are still in the vase? If you take the question and you reword it as just a statement, so it's not a question anymore, it's a statement, and you put the answer in there, that's how you can write this as a complete sentence. Okay, so that's your answer to number 1. C, and there are 12 flowers still in the vase. Okay, hopefully that makes it a little bit clear. Now we're going to go to number 2. Just going to scroll down. Okay, let me erase this because we're going to need the whiteboard again. But this is what it says, and you're going to do the same exact thing. We'll read through it, figure out which 2 number sentences work, and then figure out what the correct answer is and write it in a complete sentence. So it says, Matthew spotted 11 birds at the bird feeder. 6 flew away. A few minutes later, 3 more birds showed up at the feeder. How many birds are there now? So which 2 number sentences would you use to solve the problem? And then solve the problem, then write the answer in a complete sentence. Okay, trying to think of how I would draw a bird feeder. It's been a little while. I'm going to draw it. I know this isn't exactly the same thing. I'm going to draw it like a bird bath because to me, that'll be easier for me to draw. Okay, so here is, it's close enough to a bird bath, right? Bird bath. Kind of almost looks like it's a cup that you would drink out of, right? So Matthew, and he's going to be off in the background. I'm not going to draw Matthew this time because I don't need to, right? Drawing Rachel was fun, but she wasn't really part of it. It didn't really matter for the math. So he spotted 11 birds at the bird feeder. So now I'm going to draw 11 birds. So I'm going to draw, they're just going to be circles like this with little legs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then one right here at the front, 11. Okay, and do you see how it's kind of almost harder to see all the birds when they're not color coded, right? So that's why sometimes it's easier to color code. I'm showing you the difference between the two. So he spotted 11 birds at the bird feeder. 6 flew away. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have these 6 fly away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's our first step to the story problem. Now, for that step, I start off with 11, 6 flew away. So does that mean that I added more birds to the bird feeder, or did some leave? Did we subtract it? Did they get taken away? Well, they got taken away, right? They flew away. We didn't actually like grab them and take them, but they flew away, so they're not there anymore. So I'm going to get my 2 numbers, right? So I've got 11 and 6, because that's what it says we have. Start out with 11, and 6 flew away, so we were taking away 6. The first number sentence is 11 minus 6. So let's look through this down here. Okay, A says 11 plus 6 and 6 minus 3. Now, we can see right here, I am not adding. I am subtracting, so I need to look for 11 minus 6. So we know for sure it's not A. B, it says 11 minus 6 and 5 plus 3. That could be it, right? Let's look through the rest, though. C, 11 minus 6 and 4 plus 3. So it could also be C. D, 11 plus 6 plus 3 and 20 minus 3. So we know the first problem is not 11 plus 6 plus 3. So we have narrowed it down between B and C. And by the way, whenever you're doing work, if there's a multiple choice and you can narrow it down by a few, it helps so much. So please try to do that. Okay? So we know our first problem is 11 minus 6. Now let's read again. It says, a few minutes later, 3 more birds showed up at the feeder. How many birds are there now? So now 3 more birds show up. Let's draw, in fact, color code it, just because I like color coding it. We're going to have 3 more birds. They're going to be orange birds. 1, 2, 3. Here are their little legs. By the way, not great pictures of birds, right? Whenever we're drawing things for story problems for math, I can make it as detailed or as kind of plain as I want, but it just helps, okay? So I've got, this is my total amount. So my second step, did I take more birds away? So did more birds fly away? Or did more come in? Well, it looks like more came in, right? They're all having a little feast right here on the bird feeder. So I know that instead of subtracting, because we're not taking things away, we are adding because we're bringing things together. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at how many, well, I think that's what we want to do. Hold on. Yep, we want to see how many we have total after this. Okay, so we had 11 minus 6, which is actually the black here. So I could just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 11 minus 6 is 5. So I have 5. I'm adding 3 together. Okay, so here are my two number sentences. So let's look at this. I already know it's not A or D, so let's look at B. B, it says 11 minus 6 and 5 plus 3. Oh, look, 11 minus 6, 5 plus 3. That looks like it's correct. Or on C, I've got 11 minus 6 and 4 plus 3. Those are almost exactly the same, right? One's 5 plus 3, one's 4 plus 3. Let's double check to make sure we had 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did. So we know the correct answer is B. 11 minus 6 and 5 plus 3. See, that's where going back to double check your work helps, because um, one number off can change the whole answer. Okay, so make sure you know what you're doing. Okay, so it says solve the problem, then write the answer in a complete sentence. So let's solve the problem now. So 11 minus 6, we said that was 5. Then 5 plus 3 equals 8. Okay, my answer is not just 8 because I have to write in a complete sentence. So down here I'm going to write a complete sentence. Answer is 8. It says how many birds are there now? So I'm going to write there are 8 birds. And I could finish the sentence off a couple different ways. So I could put just there are 8 birds, period. There are 8 birds at the bird feeder, period. There are 8 birds there now, period. Okay, and since I said that we're going to use that question to make our new sentence, I'm going to say there are 8 birds now, or there now. There are 8 birds there now, period. Remember, capital letter, period at the end. Okay, that is how you solve a two-step word problem. Please make sure that you look through this, pay attention to what I said the answers were for number 1 and 2, because that will help you out. Okay, if you didn't watch this whole thing, then you're going to have to do it all yourself. And it won't be as fun because you'll have more work to do. And it's just extra work. So please go to the assignment, answer numbers 1 through 4, and make sure that you write the last part in a complete sentence. All right. Great talking to you guys. See you later. Have a good day.